Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be reacting to your theories on The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This book comes out literally in 9 days. I'm trying to get out all of the Hunger Games content that I can for you guys because 1, I'm excited, and I would probably make Hunger Games videos anyways, and 2, this is literally the perfect moment for me to make Hunger Games videos. So I was thinking of just doing like a regular theories video from me, and I can still do that if y'all want that, but I thought it'd be fun to react to some of the theories that you guys created and see if I agree with you or if I do not think that's gonna happen. And honestly, there's so little information about this book that there's not much that we can probably come up with and it's gonna be right, but we can see. I literally can't believe we are just a little bit over a week and then we'll have this book. I am just hoping to whoever's listening that my copy comes in. I pre-ordered it on Amazon as well as Barnes & Noble because I wanted that exclusive Suzanne interview. And if the Amazon order doesn't come in, I'm gonna have to buy that freaking Kindle version, which is like 18 bucks, and I do not want to do that. So please let this work out. But I was really shocked to see that so many people sent in theories. I asked on my community tab and on Twitter, so there's a bunch. I'm not gonna go through every single one of them because some of them were kind of duplicates or really similar to each other, and it was just so much. So definitely, if your theory is not in this video, don't feel bad. Like, I read them all. I just need to make this video as concise as possible and not do too many duplicates. And let me know if you agree with these theories, if you think my opinions align with yours. Like, just let me know. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it since we have so much. Also, can we appreciate my green eyeshadow look? I was already wearing this because I was in this Harry Potter murder mystery live show. I played Draco Malfoy and I did the green for Slytherin. Like, can we appreciate this eye look? It might look terrible on camera, but like, cute. So let's just go ahead and get into the theories because there's a whole bunch. First theory says, plot twist, everyone dies, there's no victor, hence why we never hear about this Hunger Games. I don't think that's gonna happen because, I don't know, I just feel like there's definitely gonna be at least one victor. I don't think there was any other occurrence like Katniss's and Peeta's where, you know, they both survived. I definitely think at least one person's going to survive. And whether that's the District 12 girl that Snow is supposed to be mentoring, I don't know, because my original theory was that this District 12 girl was going to be the first winner of District 12, because we had mentionings of that in the original trilogy. But I don't know, there's been some articles released saying like, we know that she already dies, and I'm like, do I believe these articles? I don't know, so I think we just have to read it and find out about that one. Next, someone says, we will see District 13 before it wasn't a district anymore. So I even double checked on Hunger Games Wiki because the history can get confusing for me because I never really cared all that much about it. I was more just reading it for my characters. But the Dark Days happened before the Hunger Games started to begin, and that was when District 13 was still an official district that wasn't dead. So pretty much District 13 is already bombed at this point. We're gonna be in the 10th Hunger Games, so District 13 should already be bombed, if I am correct with the Hunger Games history lesson. But yeah, I think there's no way for that to happen because it should already be gone. I think that President Snow will fall in love with the girl from District 12 and then the girl will die. That is why President Snow is such an ass. P.S. I love your videos. Thank you. This is a lot of people's theory, mostly because in the description of the book, it's talking about the District 12 girl that he mentors, and it seems like it's going to be a romance just by the way it's written. I've been hoping it's not going to be like anything cute. Like, I'm hoping it's a problematic romance that we cannot stand behind, and I'm just hoping that this District 12 girl is someone we can just fangirl over. I feel like she's gonna be such a badass. I really hope so. And also, I have a theory that maybe this book will be dual point of view. I'm pretty sure it's written in third person, and the original trilogy was written in first person, and it only was in Katniss' point of view. And most books that have dual point of views have third person. I mean, wait, is it written in third person? Is the excerpts written in third person? Oh my god, I'm about to have to double check because I thought it was. But now I'm like, wait, is it? Give me a second. Do 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 do. Okay, yes, it's third person, so I think there's a good chance that there could possibly be Snow's point of view and then the District 12 girl, because all of the freaking ads for this book seem to make the District 12 girl seem so important, and I just feel like it'd be cool if we got the games from the Capitol's point of view while it's happening, but also with the District 12 girl while she's in there, because I don't know, I feel like it could possibly be a bit boring if we're just watching Snow watch a screen, you know? Like, I just feel like it'd be really cool if we could get both perspectives. It's almost a 600-page book, so I feel like that makes sense on why it's longer if we have two point of views. It's possible that they fall in love, but I feel like it'd be a lot cooler if she's manipulative, he falls in love with her, and she freaking manipulates him and uses him. Like, literally, he deserves it. So, and then that's why he goes so rude. But he's already like a bad dude from the excerpts. You can already tell he's such a snobby person. I think towards the end of the book, we will see Snow poisoning someone for the first time. I definitely feel like this could be true. It would be cool to see because we know that Snow is known for his poisoning, you know, because Finnick Odair let us know. Also, he's a snake. And in the title, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, like, we all know that Snow has many times been referenced as a snake. Snakes have venom, like, it could be poison. Like, I just feel like poison has to come in to play at some point in this book. My theory is that Coriolanus, I can't even say his name, Snow, is going to visit District 12 and there's going to be some pity for the people who live there. Then he will do everything to help the girl in District 12, and I think she will be the first winner in District 12. I love your videos, thank you. I don't know if he's gonna have pity for them necessarily because, you know, in that excerpt that we just recently got, I'll link my video if you want to watch my reaction. He was calling like people district scum and stuff, so I don't think naturally he's going to be a very empathetic person. Maybe if he gets to know the District 12 girl a little bit more and he sees some of the harsher tragedies, he could possibly feel something, but I just don't see him instantly feeling bad for people. He's probably going to think they're lesser than him. My theory is that Tigress will betray Snow, and that will be what leads him to become more evil. Maybe at first he doesn't really enjoy the Hunger Games, but he soon begins to have malicious intentions. You're absolutely amazing, by the way, and my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. But honestly, I feel like it's going to be the opposite, where Snow does something terrible to Tigress, and that's why she is so against him and ends up becoming a rebel sympathizer pretty much. I don't know, I just feel like in this book we're gonna see at least him mistreating Tigress, and we can see why she would possibly not love her cousin, because he already seems judgmental of her because it's mentioned that she might have been selling her body for certain reasons, because I guess they're poor. And he was judgmental of that, and I don't know, man. I just feel like it's more likely that he's gonna do something terrible to her. I think there will be a part with roses between Snow and the girl from District 12. Maybe he gave her a rose, or she gave him a rose. I don't know, but I think something will happen with roses. I definitely think it would be a cool tidbit in the book if we see like the origins of his love of roses. It would like probably mess me up if he gave her a rose. Like, oh my gosh, I would just like have chills. I think that the District 12 girl is somehow related to Katniss's family. Maybe it is her grandma. I think Snow will fall in love with her and do anything to keep her alive. I've heard that people believe she dies, but then I don't understand how Snow rose to power. His family is really poor and it doesn't make sense to me. In regards to the District 12 girl being related to Katniss, I don't personally feel like that's going to happen because I feel like it would just be a little too cheesy if she was blood related to Katniss's family. I don't know if I would like that, just because, I don't know. It could be anyone that would be the tribute, and of all people, it'd be Katniss's ancestor, and then later on, Katniss is chosen, and then she causes the whole rebellion. I don't know. I just feel like that's too cheesy. I do think the theory that it is an ancestor of Madge, who is the mayor's daughter who was in the books, if y'all remember her. I think that could be possible because she's the one that had the Mockingjay pen, and there's mentions of like songbirds when it comes to her family. So I definitely think that's a possibility, but we'll just have to see. Also, Snow rose to power. by poison and being a sneaky little snake. From excerpts, we see that Snow is actually quite poor, and these books often have a lot to do with the differences between classes. So I think the tribute from 12 will be quite wealthy. It's possible that Snow falls for the girl from 12, but she doesn't love him and he realizes this and ends up deciding to stop trying to help her in the games, or possibly even sends in poison for her. I believe there will be some sort of mention of the Everdeens, but probably not as a main character. It could be the tribute's best friend or something, just to give us a glimpse. So in regards to the District 12 tribute being wealthy, I don't think anybody from District 12 is wealthy other than Victor's. Maybe she could be like Madge and like be like a mayor's daughter, and that's why she has a little bit more money than other people. So possibly, but she's definitely not going to be anywhere wealthy like some of the higher districts people. Possibly an Everdeen could be thrown into the mix. I also feel like there's a danger for that to be cheesy as well, so I don't even know if I want that, but at the same time, if it happened, I would probably cry. I think I would prefer just seeing a Mockingjay pin, you know, because that's like an heirloom sort of thing, like passed down to people. So I think I would prefer something like that more than an actual relative of Katniss, because that could just really easily like feel weird and just feel like a fan service more than actual organic storytelling. I think he will fall in love with a tribute. That tribute will live and beat the games due to him spending all his money to help her. She will be made to play with his emotions, and finding out that a district resident that he loved was using him, he turns on the districts. I think this one's definitely cool. I like the idea of him liking her and she pretends to be into him but is actually just playing him, and this is gonna hurt his little heart really bad and he'll forever be annoyed and be a little bitch, because I just feel like he would be like that. If he got rejected, he would just never let it go. I think that in this story, the villain will actually be Tigress, and she made him turn into who he is now. Possibly she could be the villain in his story. This is a villain origin story. He's not going to be the hero, unlike popular belief that people think Suzanne's trying to write President Snow as a hero. No, this is just a villain origin story like freaking so many other movies and books have done. I don't know why The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is getting so much shit for that, because there's been so many other times that franchises have done that. Literally, if you want another YA book that did that, Ferris by Marissa Meyer. And it was fantastically done, because by the end of the book, you could see how the villain got to the point she was, but you still hated her. You hated her so much, and you saw how evil she was, and it made her such a more complex villain, and it's so much well done in my eyes, getting all of that backstory about her. And we really don't know much about Snow, so I just think this could be freaking amazing. And like I said, possibly she is the villain in his story, maybe the District 12 girl's the villain in his story, but in the end, he's the one on the wrong side. The District 12 tribute is going to die, which makes Snow become the cold asshole that he is. This is also possible. I think it's like a 50-50 chance that she's gonna die or be the victor. I really haven't decided which one I'm on the side for. My theory is that this book will feature some more diversity, something that we hardly saw in the previews. I think they mean the previous. Just a random thought. I mean, I love those books to death nonetheless. That would be really cool if there's more diversity. Like, we're here for that, but we'll see. Somehow he gets to a point where he has to choose between help his family or help the girl from District 12. He is going to decide to help his family and not help the girl who he was in love with. And that is going to turn him into the person we know. Honestly, I don't feel like he is someone who's really dedicated to a family. Just by the way he was talking about Tigress, I don't feel like he has much loyalty to her. So if there's going to be any like tug between that, I feel like it's going to be either helping the District 12 girl or trying to get himself risen to power. I feel like power and love is his two things. So ew, just the thought of him being in love with somebody is disgusting. But he does have a granddaughter, so he had to get that somehow. In the books, Katniss said that there was another girl victor a long time ago. I'm guessing that's the girl that got assigned to President Snow. That's what I originally thought, but at the same time, who knows if Suzanne is gonna take it that way. I think I'll have a divided audience, mixed feelings, and maybe a bit of conflict. I definitely think there's gonna be a giant group of people who hate the book, and then a giant group of people that love the book. And I hope we can just be chill and civil with each other and let each other enjoy it and let each other hate it. You know, like just let each other have our moment with this book. I really think it's annoying though when people are hating on the book without having read it. Like, I get being annoyed by the decision of Snow being the narrator, but I feel like there wasn't really many other options when this was announced, because we know it is set like 64 years before the original book, so who else is alive other than Mags? I think Snow is going to fall in love with the power holding someone's life in your hand gives you, and he won't let anything stand in his way to get more power. At some point, Tigress will give in and sell herself for money for the family, but hide it from Snow. But he finds out, and that buys a crack in their relationship. The girl from 12 will die, and Snow will see her as weak, and he will hate her for making him look like a failure. We know she won't win because the books mention the first victor from 12 was male. I'm pretty sure the book said it was a female victor from the past, but I would have to double check that. And also, Snow seems to already know that Tigress has been selling herself because he mentioned it in that chapter excerpt we got, so I don't know if that's gonna be that big of a deal for him, but I definitely think Snow is going to enjoy the power he feels with holding people's lives in his hands. He's definitely a power-hungry person, and he doesn't like being poor, and he wants to be more than he already is. Snow faces bad publicity and embarrassment for having to tutor the District 12 tributes, and he falls in love with the girl. She dies or survives, and something tragic happens that causes him to turn into a snake. Then, at the 74th Hunger Games, Katniss reminds him of the girl he loved, and that's why he has it out for her. I think it could possibly be a thing where Katniss kind of reminds him of this past District 12 girl, because I don't feel like he ever truly hated Katniss. He just hated more what she stood for and how she could possibly be the reason that the Capitol falls. He never like specifically just hated her. It was just, I don't want my freaking empire to die. And she was freaking standing in front of that for him. Because, I don't know, their conversations together have always been so interesting to me. Especially the last one in Mockingjay, in the garden right before he was gonna die. He was just talking to her being like, bitch, like, do you know what's going on? Like, you know, he wasn't trying to do anything more. He was just telling her, like, I think Coin is just as bad as me, pretty much. My prediction is that surprisingly, we will see a new side to Snow, and people will understand him more because we'll find out about his backstory. He won't be a one-dimensional hated character. He will be complex. I think he will be complex, but in the end, we will all hate him. Just like that book that Marissa Meyer made about her villain, I feel like we're going to get the backstory. There might be things that we could possibly empathize with and feel bad for, but in the end, who he becomes and the actions that he does will not be excused by any events that have happened in his life. Like, he is a villain. And he always will be, but he might be a bit more of a complex character than people want to even know about, because a lot of people are mad about that. If his tribute does end up winning, she's the first tribute the Capitol uses for her body, and this drives him mad. Possibly. I think it's terrible, and I hope that doesn't happen because it's just freaking awful. I think that Snow will know Katniss's dad, and they were best friends, and then Snow turned on him and blew up that mine. I don't think this is possible because I'm pretty sure Katniss's dad is not even born yet, but it would have been cool. Hopefully we learn about who the president was before Snow and how presidents are usually selected. We know almost nothing about how the political system inside the Capitol works. It's interesting. We will probably also see how the Capitol people went from avoiding the Hunger Games to it becoming a massive sensation. I feel like this is really cool. I would love to know more about the presidents and who is actually ruling right now, and then just showing like how Snow was able to get to the top, as well as how the Hunger Games was originally something that was dreaded and something it wasn't the big event as it was for Katniss's time, so it's just crazy, and like I would love to see like pieces of the reasons why for these things. Look, I mean, District 12 were never victors often, so there could be a lot of death. Well, yes, there will be probably a lot of death in this book. I'm thinking Snow falls in love with the District 12 girl, but she rejects him, so he becomes cold and makes the games hard for her, so she dies. That's why he hates District 12, and it's a poor district. Let's be honest, guys like Snow have big egos, and the moment you don't accept their compliment, they'll resort to, well, you're a bitch anyway. I definitely think that could be true with him being rejected and he's that type of dude where you're like, ugh, I never liked you anyways, you know? I hate those people like that. I think that in some way the girl from District 12 will either be a weapon or a threat to President Snow's rise to power. Like maybe she's a way of showing to the Capitol that Snow is capable of doing something important, therefore helping him become a future president. Or maybe she could be an obstacle in his path and he does everything to try and get her to die in the arena. That would be one of the reasons she does not win. Or maybe she does win, but they just change the victor because they can, you know, the Capitol and its corruption. I definitely think it'd be cool if he, like, is purposely trying to get her killed and she keeps surviving. Like, dang, that would be the greatest luck. I have a feeling that The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is only the first book in a new trilogy on the world of Panem, like there will be a book following the 11th and the 12th Hunger Games. Mags would be featured because she was a tribute in the 11th Hunger Games. This trilogy could also consist of other stories from Panem, but I found it interesting that Susan decided to make this first novel take place during the 10th Games. Honestly, I have no idea if Suzanne's gonna write more than this. I kind of have a feeling that this is just gonna be a one and done book because it could possibly be really repetitive just doing a different Hunger Games up on a different Hunger Games, especially if there's not really any rebellion aspect happening. It would just be more of a hopeless thing where the Hunger Games just happens, there's a victor, and then it's over. And like, and we know how that works. We've seen it happen, and I just feel like it could possibly be repetitive, but at the same time, I will take any content that Suzanne Collins gives me. Okay, so I think Snow will think the girl from District 12 will be a peasant, basically because she's from one of the poor districts, but then, as Snow begins to mentor her, he realizes she's a force to be reckoned with, and that he likes that type of thing in a girl. Snow, able to feel love. I know, crazy! So he does everything he can to keep her alive in the games, and she manages to get to the last 2 or 3 tributes, but then she pulls some act of rebellion against the Capitol in the arena, like Katniss with the berries, and Snow is forced to play a major part in her death in the games so he doesn't seem weak, and he has to live with this role for the rest of his life, which is why he's so bitter and twisted and not just a nice guy in the Hunger Games trilogy. I definitely think it'd be cool if the District 12 girl is a rebellious person and does something crazy like Katniss, because we love that, and it won't be nearly as interesting if this girl is just boring as crap and doesn't do anything and doesn't challenge this stupid man, you know? I think that President Snow will be offered a higher position if his tribute dies because no one wants to see a person from District 12 win, and he will have to choose between love and power. Ultimately, he chooses power and sends her a gift from a sponsor, and it's poison. That would be so mean if he sent her poison. I doubt it will happen, but I definitely can see him once again having that fight against love or power, and he's definitely gonna choose power. Like, he cares about power way freaking more. Might not be as dark as we want it, or it will be more than we thought it would be. Snow might be terrible since the beginning, but originally had really good intentions until something changes him to become who he is in the trilogy. Yeah, I definitely think this book could possibly be super duper freaking dark. It definitely will be. Like, what am I saying? Come on. I also think he's already a bad person at the beginning. Just from reading the excerpts, he does not give me a good vibe, but definitely something's happening that's gonna make him even worse and be a lot more evil. I have a bunch of theories over here from Eddie. He says, number 1, Snow's tribute is an ancestress of Maisie and Madge. I agree with that. 2, Snow's tribute, who is an ancestress of Maisie and Madge, will own the Mockingjay pin. Yes. 3, Snow will poison Casca, Highbottom, Olivia Cardew, Sejanus, Plinth, Clemencia, Dove, I can't even pronounce these people's names. All those people. I definitely agree we could possibly see him poison a whole bunch of these people. And then number 4, Snow's family is poor because they are in debt. 5, we will find out the beginning, but not the end of Tigress's career. We will find out how TV media made the Hunger Games into an event. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. I feel like those are some solid theories that could be really cool if they do come into play. Buttercup is going to be in it. Turns out she was actually an immortal mutt created by the Capitol for the 10th Hunger Games, but escaped and ended up in District 12. This reminds me of Church the cat from the Cassandra Clare books, and I'm completely okay with there being another immortal cat that I love. Snow will probably buy his trademark poison for the first time from the Capitol's black market and use it either before and during the 10th Hunger Games to try to give his tribute an advantage. That would be really freaking cool. I can just visualize that scene already. Like, yes, that's a good idea. Something relating to President Snow's granddaughter. I think her mother/father was probably the child of Snow and someone who participated in the games. Maybe. Who even knows, like, the time period of this book? We know it starts at the 10th Hunger Games, but will we have an epilogue that goes into the future and we see him being a big bad booty hole? We don't even know. I just can't even freaking wait. I feel like President Coin might be involved somehow. Also, I feel like the tribute is related to Madge, and maybe that's why Madge's family has been mayor. Snow offered it to her father of the District 12 girl for her to win. Possibly. I don't know about President Snowing. I don't know about President Coin. She does look really old and is described as kind of old, but I don't know if she's alive at this point yet. The Madge thing would definitely be cool. So those are all the theories that I read up on today. Let me know how you feel about them. If you agree with me or if you agree with these theories, just let me freaking know. I literally need to just go lay down and take a nap or something. I'm about to die. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like it, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow all my social medias, which are linked down below. And go click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should have already clicked. And goodbye.